Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Masters SA. As you can see, I'm a little bit late. I'll try to explain in a sec. This is the 7th race in the series. And we've got some exciting news as we see Dave McFadden breaking off the front. Okay, so my homework's a bit behind because of load shedding today. My power was off literally until 10 minutes ago. Apologies for that. Because of this, I couldn't properly prepare what I was trying to get ready for this evening, which was dialing in Sean Peters and Christian van Rensburg into our live stream. I've got them on audio. I'm about to switch that on, but I'm unable to put them on screen for the moment. But you can hear them. Let's start with Sean. Hi, Sean. Chat to us.
Hey, how's it going? Yeah, how are you? How's it going, guys? I hope everyone is well. Some chilly weather we've had the last couple of days, but I'm sure getting out on those bikes now, nice little route this evening. So yeah, thanks for having me.
Nice to have you, Sean. Sean's committed to joining us for our second series as well. Well, I'll switch over. Okay, cool. Sean, I've got you on screen now. It's a bit iffy. Can you see the race from your side?
I can, yeah. I've got it on a separate screen up at the top, yes. So yeah, I'm good to go.
Okay, sweet. Christian, are you there? Talk to us. No, man. We lost Christian again. I can see him, but his picture is frozen. Okay. We'll see. He'll get back to us, I'm sure. Sean, are you still there? Are you still with me?
Yeah, still here.
Okay, great.
Got a bit of feedback coming through, a bit of a delay, but otherwise we're good.
Okay, cool. You should probably. But you are wearing headphones.
I'm going to go on to headphones now.
That'll solve your problem. Christian, you need. Hi, Christian.
Nice to be with you guys.
Cool, nice to have you. I hear you are.
I don't know. My voice is down.
Oh well, we can hear you very nicely.
I can hear you.
See, this is what happens when I don't do my homework. Okay. Anyway, let's get to this race, guys.
Hello. Hi, can you guys hear?
Christian, we can hear every word, but you can't hear us.
Can you guys hear me now?
We can hear you. We can hear you all the time.
Okay, I can hear you, but you're really soft. But I'm glad to be able to join you guys. So it's nice to be out here with you.
Okay, this isn't. Sorry, I think we've lost Christian there. Sean, I'm going to put you on screen there. Your beautiful face. Are you going to see me on the live screen? Or are you going to see yourself on the live screen at least? Okay, there we go. Sean, can you hear me? Ah, you see, this is why these sorts of things should not be sorted out live. They should not be winged. Okay, we'll sort that out at a later stage. And it's up to me, I guess. Okay, guys. This is the race we're doing this evening. It is the ZHR Masters race, within which we are doing our Masters SA League. Tonight we're doing three laps of the UCI Harrogate course.
Yeah.
Along with, let's see.
Sean, can you hear me?
Okay, I've got to cut this out. Yeah, that is the thing. Okay, I'm interrupting the flow. Let's have a quick look here. Okay, so this is our route this evening. My bad for all the interruptions and for dropping our my co-commentators. Okay, so UCI Harrogate circuit. We're doing 3 laps of this. This is very flat. There's one little climb in there. That's horrific. So it's going to be fun. I'm sure most of the group is still together as we get on board with Chris Cronje and the helicopter view. Okay, already 6.5 kilometers in. So, our race is 42 kilometers, fast, flat. I suspect we'll come in well under an hour. Easily, in fact. No doubt about that. Already seeing the average pace quite high. I'm going to mute myself for a minute and then I'm going to try to get in touch with Sean and Christian again. Give me a second. I'm going to leave you with, let's see, somebody quick here. David, we'll keep up. So the sound's going to go for a bit. You guys can watch. I'm going to try to get Sean and Christian back on with me. Thanks. Apologies for the intermission. And sorry if you heard more than you were meant to. Sean's doing his own thing. And it seems I couldn't figure this out on the fly. Sorry guys, I guess you get what you pay for. So, as I mentioned, we've got a flat course. Seems we've just completed our first lap. In fact, oof, that is quick. Okay. Could we do sub 55, sub 56 minutes this evening? Impressive. I guess we've seen in the Tour de France, virtual Tour de France, so to speak, less experienced racers, you know, very experienced World Tour level Tour de France winners even, not doing so well on this platform. There are a couple of reasons for that. I suppose we can start off with the obvious, which is that everyone's not sitting at the same altitude. Kudos to the Joburg guys. Egan Bernal sitting at an even higher altitude than Joburg in Colombia, and therefore at a distinct advantage at close to 1900 meters above sea level. Joburg is quite high though, 1700. So also a distinct disadvantage versus us Cape Townians. Well, the Cape Townians, I guess. I'm not. The Winelands are not quite Cape Town. So that's one of the reasons. The other being that Zwift is a game. It doesn't mimic cycling. Typically your stronger riders will be stronger in Zwift. I mean, watts are watts, power is power, but the gamification of it changes it, at least from a tactical perspective. There's less value in having a teammate sitting at the front breaking the bench on your behalf. There's more value sitting towards the back of the bench versus towards the front, because you're going to get more draft. They've exaggerated the effect of the draft, and therefore it pays to sit further back in the draft. And the other big reason there, of course, is there are no crashes in Zwift. Everyone's a perfect bike handler. Everyone's Julian Alaphilippe. So from that perspective, they don't. There's no risk in sitting towards the back of the bench. And of course, to take the gamification to the next level. Sorry, as I try to re-establish this Skype contact again. This live streaming stuff is above my station. Our guests can hear me, cannot hear me, but I can hear them. So, I've got no idea what's happening. Not great. Look, it's a terribly boring race anyway. As we see Zahir Rahman going off the front. Zahir, I thought you were an experienced Zwifter. One of the very first Zwift users in the country, in fact. Maybe he's just bored as well. Ah, okay. Well-timed super tuck on the descent, but caught by the bunch anyway. Did capture the polka dot jersey? No, man. Don't get dropped. Not like that. Oh, now you've got an 11-watt effort to try and get back. I think he's getting back though. He's closing that gap. He heard me. He got rid of that horrific aero helmet. This is much nicer. Much, much nicer. Okay. Hold on a second. Again. One more time.
was doing virtual night rides the first 3 months of lockdown. It just drove me insane. Okay, so
Somebody speak.
Hello.
Okay,
I'm
cool.
still here.
Well, you are broadcasting now.
Oh, fantastic. I'm glad to be live on the air. On air.
Sorry, guys, that was that was horrifically convoluted. Sean, speak up. I need to be sure you broadcasting.
all right, let's check. Mic test. Are you guys hearing me? I'm from the chopper, by the way.
Loud and clear.
Loud and clear. Okay, fantastic. This is an ugly workaround, I'll be honest, but we're making it work.
It's working. It's great.
Okay, so I'm willing to bet you guys still aren't seeing the live race. Let me see what I can do about that. See if I can risk it, or maybe I can just. Well, that's gonna be.
Okay, we still got delays. There we go. Chris is talking again.
Okay, but it's, and now am I?
I can see the live footage.
Okay, you can now see the live footage. That's cool. Can you see it, Sean?
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful.
And what we need to do, myself and Chris, I think we need to drop our volumes of our YouTube run that's streaming. We've got to take that all the way down.
Oh yes,
I
yes,
actually
yes.
stopped it.
Yeah, you guys
I
gotta.
actually stopped the
I actually
YouTube.
recommend stopping your YouTube. Yes.
Okay, all right.
Okay, sweet. Okay, so
Okay,
our
so
viewers
21
can
half
see,
days.
our viewers can catch us out because they'll see on screen that I'm actually my portrait in the top left is from one camera and my portrait in the bottom right is from another. I'm actually going to switch the bottom right one off. No, I can't because that'll switch my mic off. Well, this is a nightmare. Okay, anyway, welcome to the second half of our race. Welcome to our commentators, Christian Joseph van Rensburg and Sean Peters, who I'm sure has annoyed all of you at the mountain bike races.
Who, Sean or me?
Well, both of you.
No, I'm sure it wouldn't be Christian. It's probably me. I'll take this one.
No, I'm a nice guy.
Yeah, Christian he just annoys the guys at the front. That's all.
Yeah, always a pleasure to watch. Always a pleasure to watch you guys. I mean, it's great to see you guys. It's been 3 or 4 months since I've seen any one of you guys in a race. So very lekker. Thanks.
Yeah, Sean, always a pleasure to see you and to be part of the events where you're also part of. So yeah, thank you for joining.
Yeah, we missed those events, Sean. We actually missed you. That's why we got you onto the broadcast.
Oh, thank you. Love you too, guys.
I must say it's a beautiful day out there on Zwift. Much better than the weather in Cape Town now. So
Yeah, this is great.
It's funny how things are. If you're busy racing there, you don't want to be there, and if you can't race there, you want to be there. So
You want to be there.
I would love to be there, but unfortunately, due to injuries, I'm out of this race.
Oh, no. Was that in the virtual world, or was that over the weekend?
No, I'm not sure what the cause of the injury is, but I need to look after it now.
Okay, so obviously you're back for round 8 next week.
Hopefully, I'm holding thumbs to be back next week. Yeah, I can't let the guys suffer on their own. I need to suffer and sweat with them.
Get back into the bunch. Oh, you had a great ride last week. So was it last week? Or was it the week before? I can't remember.
Last week he got into the scoreboard properly last week. Got in second.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, it was last week. Yeah.
No, it was good. It actually reignited my whole Zwift motivation.
It's all vanity, Christian.
Yeah, at some point I wasn't keen on doing this anymore, but I must say now I'm actually super stoked to do it again. And yeah, looking forward to the next race. Hopefully I'll be there, and then also the next series coming up. I think that's going to be a great one. Some awesome prizes and things as well that's going to be up for grabs.
Yeah, I was chatting to David over the course of the weekend. Some very cool prizes coming on board and very cool sponsors. It's great to see sponsors reaching out, and especially in these times, when the hammer's down and things are going tough, it's the best time to be marketing. So the businesses out there that have come on board, well done. I mean, it's really it goes a long way.
Absolutely.
It's fantastic to see the guys backing our team and keeping on backing our team, and it's such a privilege to be in partnership with those guys.
Well, if you're impressed by what they've been doing, you'll be super impressed by what they're about to do for our second series. So we're expanding massively. We found that a lot of guys are enjoying the HCAT racing specifically, or specifically racing against gents of the same caliber. So for that reason, one of our sponsors has come on board to sponsor a age-specific prize. So the same league we will be running as we currently are, similar to the current format in terms of points for places. We're going to be running those competitions within each age category, and each age category is going to have a winner, which is really nice, which is really relevant, I think.
So for the older guys, they're going to get e-bikes.
No. See, it's funny. Our oldest guys are actually very closely matched, which is cool. We've got our oldest guys are all between 51 and 55, so they're very closely matched. So that's nice. That's a nice sweetener for them to start marking each other. Although I suspect they've already been doing that.
Yeah, and then you get the even older guys like David Garrett.
David was born 65.
Age 65, you mean?
Yes.
But he still rides like a 27-year-old. Let's give him some credit.
Yeah. That's for sure. It's off the bike that he's a grumpy old man chasing people off his porch.
Yeah, look, I've had the good privilege of commentating quite a bit of races over the last 5 years, and seeing the likes of David Garrett out there. So it was quite exciting to have him phone and say, "Listen, join us for this type of thing." And I think it's a really good platform, and it's great to catch up. I'm not much of a roadie. I come from mountain biking background, and I've been following it over the last couple of weeks and just trying to get up to speed. So Cobus, thank you as well for getting me on board. It's pretty damn exciting.
Yeah.
No,
It's a
I
heck
must
of a
say
lot of
it's
fun.
a privilege to be able to race with the likes of David Garrett and Tiens van der Bank and all
Yeah.
the Hartleaf guys. They've definitely shown me the ropes.
Yeah.
Look, it's not all roadies here. I mean, I think lockdown, you know, the consequence of lockdown and beyond that, the cancellation of races has pushed a lot of guys, and we've got some reasonably high profile mountain bikers on the platform as well.
Yes,
Yeah.
and
We've got
And triathletes as well.
yes, triathletes are early adopters, but they're always into the weird stuff.
I know Grant Edmiston also racing in this race.
He's placing well. He's in the top
he's
5
placing
or
well.
6, I think.
He's from a triathlon background.
And we've got Dusty Day racing as well.
Time trialist,
Also a good mountain biker.
good mountain biker.
Oh, and you guys aren't half bad either.
Yeah, no, we're not too bad. We keep the guys on their toes.
I know Christian's really good. I hope you're not speaking about me because I'm in no shape to be riding bikes. So I wanted to just say, I know Mark Kavanagh from Hermanus is out in the field. I cannot see him on anywhere at the moment. I don't know, Kobus, if you can look him up on your side.
I'll have to use my
and,
companion
good to
app
see
here. We'll see.
It's cool to see some of the guys that I know from mountain biking directly. I've ridden with them. Murray Crabb, I saw his name a few times last week.
Oh, Murray.
No, he's in the bunch. He's in the bunch.
Murray is one of our Zwift geniuses. He consults for us part-time. He loves this platform.
And a really strong climber.
Yes.
Yep, he's amazing.
Look, he weighs nothing. But he's very good, and he's very good at Zwift. He understands it. I mean, like I alluded to earlier, like the gamification of the thing. It's almost, you know, as you get a roadie, you get a mountain biker, you get a triathlete, and you get a Zwifter. It's a speciality in cycling in of itself, and there's a lot of tactics involved. And Murray's very good at that. You see a guy like Zahiru, who he's sitting on at the moment. He's also very good. And then you know, some of the very strong riders don't feature here. They don't do as well because they haven't adjusted tactically to the requirements of Zwift.
Yeah, racing on Zwift is different to racing outside. So it is something to get used to. So you can be a strong rider outside and still get dropped on Zwift. So reading it is definitely something you need to pick up quite quickly on. Otherwise, you're gonna miss the breaks and you're not gonna catch up again.
Yeah, because you don't have that live feel of the rider right next door to you, in front of you, right at the back of you, where you can hear their tires and the, you know, I sometimes hear what gets said in those bunches. So it must be very different.
Yeah, no, it is, and sometimes when you lose the wheel on this, it's difficult to get back on, especially if the racing is properly on. Then so you need to be in that slip all the time.
Yeah, that's fair. I think getting dropped even a little bit here, it's very difficult to chase on. Like the bench has got such an advantage over you. The drafting effect is greatly exaggerated in Zwift.
Yeah, and especially at these speeds, so the drafting ability actually gets increased as the speed is, So if they're traveling at a higher speed, then the drafting ability actually is higher.
I see. Now we're at 45 minutes, so we can quickly calculate the average speed. If my maths don't elude me at this moment. So we're going at over 43 kilometers an hour at the moment.
Sure.
So
proper racing.
if you get dropped here, you're just done. And you can already see, if I just go to helicopter mode, this bench has whittled away. So there's every chance that Mark's still here, but he's been dropped. Let's see. I mean, I loathe going back because I have trouble getting back on. But let's see if I can find the next bench.
Sure.
Sort of dropped riders without without
Yeah, and
getting us
they're
out of
very
touch.
far back, yeah.
Yeah, they're 2 minutes back. You can see here. Here's the time gap to
Yeah.
them. So they've just dropped. Oh, there's Dusty. Sorry, Dusty. We were just speaking about you. Okay, back to the front then. So I don't, because I have some trouble getting back on. That's why I tend to stick to the front of these things. We'll iron out the kinks for the second series. I promise. So
Just
Christian,
about to say,
go for it, Sean.
Christian, or sorry, Corbus. I just saw David McFadden. I believe he's one of your guest riders. Will he be coming on for the new series?
We're trying to convince him to.
Yeah, no, I'm sure he'll be there. I actually met David. Well, the first time we actually properly raced each other was at the Vietnam time trial championship earlier this year.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was quite interesting. David actually finished third in the time trial, and me and Jack.
Sure.
Jack won the time trial, and I got placed second with 0.15 of a second. So it was that close in the splits. But yeah, so that's where I actually met David, and he's a really strong rider. So we're quite excited to have him part of the events as well.
It's great to see the likes of David McFadden. I mean, his background obviously coming from superbike racing.
Superbike, yes.
Really great. Got colours. He's been overseas. He got a ride overseas, and then he looks like he's now crossing over to the dark side.
Actually leading the pack here at the moment.
Yeah.
It seems.
I think Zahir's off the front actually. Zaza is his this is there we go. He's got a 10-second gap on the pack here.
Yeah.
Sure.
Well, this route definitely fits Zaza with all this undulating small little bumps.
So Christian, tell us who's the favorite today, or give us 5 favorites. Zaza, obviously.
Zaza is one of them. Yeah, Tiens is definitely, you can't underestimate him. I would say David as well, and I would say a dark horse, maybe David McFadden and Chris Cronje. That will be the guys I.
Sure.
So David, Chris, and Ignis have been doing very well in the hilltop finishes, and Tiens and Zahir have been doing very well on the flat finishes, which isn't all that intuitive. I thought Tiens was a climber, but I hear he can sprint.
Yeah, I think Rudy is now turning into our climber and Tiens into our sprint.
I'm sorry for Rudy. What's happening?
Wow, where's Mr. Killerman anyway today?
Dropped. Sorry, Rudy.
Yeah, look, I think this course is actually quite a difficult course. It looks flat on paper, but if you look at it over, I think what's it, 40, just over 40 Ks and 740 meters. That's actually proper climbing. It's all short bumps, but it all adds up. I think it makes for difficult racing, especially when you're on the limit all the time. Because I mean they're going flat out from a gun. So it's definitely, I think, probably one of the toughest courses to be able to race. No respite.
Yeah, that's fair. There's no sitting up. And even this little climb, I'm guessing this climb here that we're watching right now, which is actually a KOM, you know, it is a little classified climb, 1.2 kilometers long at an average incline of 5.5 degrees. So I'm guessing that's where the separation has been taking place. That's why the group's so small.
But probably just after, because you don't have time to recover. So if you're not on that wheel when you go over the crest, and yet you need to chase them. So I think probably most of the splits happen just as you go over the crest, because there's no respite. So you don't have any chance of sitting up and quickly recovering after actually going over the top. It's just flat out racing straight over the top on the descent as well. So I think that's where most of the people probably will get caught out, is actually on the descent just after the climb.
Hey, Nick Porteous is here. Cool. He's doing well this evening. He's a well-known coach from Joburg. Coaches some high-profile athletes, amongst others. Sarah Hill coaches her. Talented cyclist.
She's a great rider. Yeah, she's an exceptionally talented rider.
She's a good Zwifter as well. She did do some riding with us. We're struggling pulling more women into this series. We're actually happy to have a category for them, but it's hard to get the numbers. Men seem to love the competitive nature of the event.
Christian, I mean, just in case there are some guys tuning into YouTube, just give us an idea in terms of specifically during lockdown and the type of Zwifting that's been happening. What's your sort of take on the amount of ability that you gain as a rider going into the real world after, let's say, 4 or 5 months of this, and then hopefully if something opens up in, let's say, October? Is it a big difference from a full season?
No, I think there's definitely advantages of Zwift, and something you could take out from a Zwift platform. I think the intensity on Zwift is definitely really high. Obviously the racing is proper high efforts for about an hour, so you get that intensity and you get that those type of real power efforts for like an hour. But I think the biggest difference to being able to race outside is you don't get those 110, 150k races. So I think that's probably when the racing outside will start. I think that's where some of the guys, if they're gonna get caught out, is on the longer distances. So while the intensity is high and you get a proper workout on Zwift, I think that the base might be a bit lower.
Yeah. So you'll find a lot of guys on those first couple of races back on the real world, or in the real world, might have very early breaks or put the hammer down straight from the get-go and burn out the matches a little bit too early.
No, that's going to be really interesting to see. I think there's going to be a lot of attacks early on, and then I think slowly but surely some of them will fade, and but it's going to be definitely making for some interesting racing. And obviously the other thing is the handling. You don't need to steer on Zwift, so I think there's going to be quite a couple of dodgy moments in the peloton when the racing starts again.
I'm very worried about that. Bike handling. Because the thing is, Zwift assumes we're all drafting perfectly. No crashes, you know? In the real world, that changes up. Okay, so we are heading into the finish here, guys.
Yeah, I was just going to say, I'm going to hand over back to you guys.
Why would you want to do that? Isn't this your thing, standing at the finish line? No, we are amateurs.
He's standing over there, to the side.
To the side. See, from that perspective, this makes your job a lot easier, right? Because you can watch the whole race, you know?
It is actually very cool, because I didn't get to see the guys. I see them for about half an hour in the morning, and then for about 10 minutes at the finish line. And that's it.
I'll obviously put my money on Tiens. He's my teammate, so hopefully he'll pull this one out of the bag.
Okay, so I'll tell you what, I'm gonna focus on him. Sean, who's your pick?
I'd also say Tiens, because it's also a rider I know very well. I don't know too many of the other guys. I'd love to see him take it.
I'm gonna say MC Dreyer. He's always up there. He's gonna give it a good kick.
MCA, you obviously have got a lot of absolute power.
That's what I'm thinking.
A really strong rider. And the sprint to the finish, I've got a bit of a drag, if I'm not mistaken.
I should know this, but it looks like it on the profile. Here we go. We're going into the finish right now.
Kom Pylon, trap my feet.
See, Tiens is already putting down 6, 7, 8 watts a kilogram. Are we lapping someone? Oh, there's an attack.
It's David and Chris Cronje is also. Oh, it's just lighting up.
Sure.
Everybody is just lighting up.
They're going. Who's this guy? Oh, he's not with us. Okay, so Zahir's our leading man at the moment.
Yeah, Zaza's still up in front at the moment.
Come Zahir. Let's get a side view here. Tiens is ahead. Tiens is going. Oh, is he gonna make it? And Tiens takes it. Zahir second. Of our guys, looks like David third, Chris fourth. That was hectic.
I wasn't too bad. I wasn't too bad in my 5 picks. I think Tiens,
You
Zaza,
can't pick
David
5.
was- You guys asked me to pick 5, and so I actually had a good pick.
Okay, fine.
But in any case, the guy that I picked as the ultimate winner,
Yeah.
You guys both picked the
Tiens, my
winner.
boy, well done.
I should just
I'll
resign.
second that. I'll second that for James in the bike.
Well done, guys. Well done.
Nice, well done, Tiens.
That was hard racing. Jeez, that's going to shake up the standings again a bit. But I think David did well, so he'll probably retain his lead. Although now we're starting to drop this. You know, this race changes things because we're using the 6 best results, and this is our 7th race. A consistent performer like David is going to be penalized by that. You know, because he's had a lot of 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and Tiens has a lot of wins. So maybe that does change things up.
That's obviously why the likes of David want the next series to count out of 7 races and not 6 anymore.
Yeah, the consistent performance. Yeah, we're thinking about that. Look, I mean, we want to encourage guys to ride as much as possible, but load shedding is also, you know, changing things up. I mean, sorry, I've got to give a shout out before we sign off. I've got to give a shout out to
Powerbar.
No, yeah, of course I'm going to give a shout out to the sponsors. Trevor Davies, who was also at the pointy end of the field. You know, he messaged me just before, oh, listen, I dragged my trainer to my mate's house because I've got scheduled load shedding so I can do the race tonight.
What a guy.
What a guy.
What a boy.
So Trevor, shout out.
Yeah. Give that man a bells.
I hate it when my wife makes me move the trainer, so taking it to somebody else's house.
And that bells, it counts for more now after you can't get any alcohol anymore. So
Yeah, give him a double bells.
Yeah, that's for sure. It's worth a fortune. Cool, guys. Thanks, Trevor.
Yeah.
And thank you to our sponsors, Hartleaf Daily,
Yep.
Powerbar SA, and Giant Durbanville. Thank you for sponsoring us, and thank you for sponsoring us for the next season as well, as we run out of time
thank you.
on our
And thank
Zoom
you,
session.
Chris, for all the efforts you put into making the series a reality and the next one.
Anytime. It's only for the fun of it. Thanks, guys, and thank you for joining me, Christian and Sean. And I look forward to working with you going forward, Sean. And Christian as well for the duration of your injury, but we hope to see you back on the bike soon.
Hopefully it's not too serious. I'll find out on Thursday. So, but hopefully, I'll be back on the bike
Christian,
soon.
It was great to have you in the studio, Christian, but we prefer you on the bike.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. I want to be one of those 5 guys you guys to root for.